Hello everybody, welcome to Johnny Petro's Studio of Art. Well, as far as you can see, I have my canvas cover up here, so in further ado, we'll be starting a painting for you guys to see. So, got all the colors running across the screen, right here, that Eugene pay along with me. While they're doing that, let's go ahead and take our, let me see here. Let's go ahead and take our little brush here and just some titanium white. Go ahead and scrub it right here. Give that some water. And okay, maybe just a little bit of yellow by some chance. And let's just go ahead and just let these colors play around as they continue to go along across the canvas here. Yeah, just let this brush squizzle. Gotta love it when paint. Oh, yeah. One rule you don't want to, one rule you gotta follow here: don't ever overload your brush. It's a very bad thing to do when you're painting. Okay. Now we got a little bit of brush here. Dip in a little bit of water. Okay. We got a fine looking bright spot on our canvas, and now what we need to do is, okay, let's get this little thing off here. Okay, now using the same dirty 1-inch brush, we go ahead into our phthalo orange, and we just, dip into some color right here, and then we'll just, have your colors play around. This picture's going to take it back in time to the place where the sunsets grew into town. That's all you want to do is just paint a sunset. That's the point in painting, is just to learn how to paint. You gotta know how to paint. Painting is what makes the stars go away. Painting is the ray to your sunshine, but perhaps gives you the hobby of every single one of us to learn and to enjoy the basics on how to do a basic sunset. And don't forget, painting takes time. It takes lots of patience. Take our brush here to move out the excess paint, because you don't want to use this paint once it's dry, because when it's dry, you're not going to get anything good out of it. So let's just go ahead and let the color play around. The key to the painting is to make your paintbrush dance and to make your canvas look like it's been beaten with all kinds of colors on it. Okay, now enough talk. Just keep going in here. Keep going. And I know that color's going to splatter all over the canvas here, so let's take off that. Get our paint to be thick a little bit. And then just go back here and, let these colors play around. Let them have their fun. Not only that, you need to give this painting some character. You can't just let the color sit there and act like it's not going to do anything. You gotta keep going at it to make yourself look like you're an artist. I add a little bit more color to that. Make it a little bit of red orange up here. Oh yeah, now we're getting darker. Key to painting is you need to crawl before you could walk. Yeah, let those colors sizzle on your canvas. Make them look like as if they're going to pop at you. Let's blend the sky up a bit here. And then, yep, it's right here. Just watch the colors blend in as they can go. Okay, now using the same dirty brush, we're going to put some into the red here. See that? See? And now we're just going to, now be careful not to overload your brush here, folks. Key to painting is you want to keep your brush moving as clean as you can get it. And always have your palette nice and wet too, along with your painting. That way you can keep your brush moving at the same time. and keep it going over here. And yeah, watch those colors sparkle right on your canvas after you spray them. It'll leave you good strength. Okay, now with a little bit of purple, I'd use just a very small portion of this. If I were you folks, this color is very dominant. It can almost eat up your world. So I'd use just a very little bit of purple here, and then just watch it. Ah, isn't that wonderful? Isn't it nice not to overdo your canvas? Isn't it nice to have a painter that can actually do his work? Okay, enough talk. Now with your 2-inch brush here, we're going to take this, and now we're just going to blend across. This is where you take all your frustrations and all your anger, and this is where you just get to play brush tag. Ah, and now one thing to remember, folks, don't ever overdo your work. It'll save you acne if you just work with your brushes and learn to tag along with the work you put into it. Okay, and now then we're going to switch to a different 1-inch brush. Hang on a minute here. Okay. Ah, got a new 1-inch brush before you know it. Okay, now then. Oh, actually, no, we're not going to use it. We're going to use the span brush here. Dip in a little bit of water, and now we're going to use the white and the blue. Now we're just going to make a little mountain that goes, yep, and he lives right here. Now I'd get a little bit thicker. I mean, we're talking a huge, huge mountain. We're not talking something that you would see every day. I mean, if this was something you would see every day, it wouldn't be right? I mean, we're making a point here. We're stating the fact that painting is for the people that love to learn how to do it. I mean, you just can't say you don't want to do it because it's good for you, you know? It keeps you relaxed, you know? People love to relax. Yeah, just make your mountain right here, and then now we want to put just a little bit of blue on here, just to make the mountain a lot more. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is the way the mountain is supposed to be. It's supposed to be up like this. Okay, just, you know, we're not looking for detail. We're only looking for just some basic shapes. This is all we're looking for, folks. Now we need to dip a brush into some water right here, and we can do now is sorry about that. To go ahead and let's blend that in a little bit. Now we're only looking for some basic shape, and I hate to get wet about this, but we kind of have to. So now the paint wet, we can just go ahead and, oh yeah, do what the old Bob Ross guy does and just let your mountain blend in with the sky. But don't forget, we're worried about the top part here, folks. We're only worried about the top. The top part's the most important part of the mountain. It's the site of God's creation. And without God's creation, there would not be a mountain appearing in the sky. Just let your mountain be the mountain. Gotta think like a mountain here. Mountains are big and mighty. And if you don't think big and mighty, you're not going to be a mountain here, folks. Ah, see, doesn't this look great? Ah, yeah. This is the sign of getting crazy. Blend that son of a gun in. See, look at that. That wasn't so bad, right? Okay, now we can go in and just a little sun here. And a little bit of the yellow. A little bit of the white. We're just going to add just a very little sun. And don't forget, it's a lot more yellow on the yellow side. So, yeah. Oh, now this is the sun we want, folks. Yeah. See, this is what you get when you paint a lot. It makes you happy. Okay. Now we got a little sun here. We might as well take a little bit of white and we can put it on the canvas. Take out all your frustrations. And oh yeah, this is what the sun should look like. We're going to do a little finger painting. Okay, you got yourself a sun here, folks. Okay. Now, if you were to blend that in, it would be a mud mixer. So, we'll just, do what we need to do. Take our knife and just zip it off like this. See? Okay, now we can go ahead and blend it in. But now we don't ever use a dirty brush when you're blending things in, folks. It'll make your painting look bad. So, we want to take, oh yeah, see? Doesn't this work better? Isn't this better than just beating the brush? I know, all those TV fans out there think they don't know how to do this stuff. I find this stuff very easy to do. I mean, it's all you do is you just have to paint away. Okay, back to work here. Now then, what we're going to do here is we're going to take another brush here. Now I call this one the round brush. Even though it doesn't look like a round brush, we're still going to use it. Okay, alright. We're going to dip in some of our brilliant red. And now we're just going to dip in a little bit of water. Right here. And now, just track down our water a bit. We have to keep running it across the palette. And make our paint thicker. Okay, now we go ahead and, oh yeah, get a load at that, folks. Oh man, don't you just love painting? Oh yeah. But the only thing is, what artists have to do is that they have to control their painting. Get some subtleties in there, folks. That's what brings your painting together, is the subtleties. Just let that blend across there, and now let's take our 2-inch brush and wipe that off. And now let's go ahead and do this. All we're doing is just tapping, trying to get an even distribution of mist across the canvas here. That's all we're looking for, is just an even distribution. This is their bravery test. This is how you can determine light from dark. This is where the value changes come in. This is where your heart's got to say, man, we are in heaven here with color, man. Oh yeah, this is the way we play it. This is the game of all games. This is where you got to take your heart out and your frustration out, and voila, there you go. Nice. Ah, this is the God's creation. Isn't this cool? Okay, now then. Now we got that far. Go ahead and make our little valley here. So in other words, we're going to take our yellow and start, who knows, we could just, we're just going to lay in some little made of pine trees right here. Don't forget, this paint can be thick as it wants to. This is where you can just lay in all your value shapes and they'll turn the surprise into a much bigger detail with lots of quality here. Man, just think of all the stuff that we have covered in the last few chapters of art history.